Troops are now in Ukraine with reports of shelling, air raid sirens and explosions being reported in a number of cities. We are joined now by Roman, who is in the city of Kharkiv. Roman, good morning to you.
Hi. Good morning.
Can you
just afternoon here?
Yes, right. Just after 2 o'clock in the afternoon there. Can you describe for me what's happening in your city right now? What are you seeing and hearing?
Right now, it's really quiet outside my window. In contrast to what was going on this morning when all the explosions were actually happening.
Can you describe some of that for me?
Describe the explosions?
Yes, from what was happening this morning.
So I will never forget the time when I woke up at 5 a.m. by the call of my mother, who said that the war has started. And right afterwards, I have started hearing, and the reports were coming in from my friends and messengers, that there are explosions happening all over the city. Outside the city, actually, at some little distance, but still the explosions that could be visible from an apartment building. And then there was a few hours of extreme uncertainty with a lot of disinformation, along with news of all the military bases being hit all over the country, which, it was a shocking morning for me, the most shocking morning of my life.
How are you feeling right now?
This initial strike of panic kind of went down, and I also observe it among my friends. I see how panic kind of got substituted with the regular good old anxiety, which again is something that you get once you combine panic and dignity, as far as I feel. Some of my friends who have a lot to lose, people with little kids, for instance, have left the city and are going west. My plan is to stay here as far as I'm useful, which is still now.
Roman, what is your profession or your job that you want to stay?
I'm an engineer. I co-founded an open workshop called Garage Hub. We are a platform that works with makers movement and creativity. And currently, right after this interview, I'm going there. It's because we occupy a basement of 200 square meters, and we are gathering some of our residents and closest friends just to stay positive and get the most up-to-date information and fact-check all the information that we're getting.
Which is really important. As you've been describing, there's been different pieces of information coming out throughout the morning. What about money, Roman? What are you planning to do about money? We've seen long lineups at banks from people in the capital and from other regions.
I do have some cash in hand. However, it's natural to have the lines to ATMs right after the big country pronounced war. But as far as I understand, there is no problem with access to cash right now. There are few lines to ATMs, but my plan is not to run out and get it all. Internet banking is working so far, and that works for me. Plus, I have some extra cash laying around just in case if that is not going to work anymore.
Roman, you just shared that you're planning after this interview to leave and to go and to gather with some friends. Are you anticipating any kind of difficulty in doing that? What does it look like outside of where you're living? What do the streets look like?
I live on the western part of Kharkiv, right by one of the biggest streets that actually transforms into a highway that leads to Poltava and Kyiv, which is the capital of the country. Early in the morning at 6 a.m., there were some traffic jams on that street going out the city because some people were trying to leave the city itself because they have summer houses nearby. And some people, even some of my friends, were going further west. But in several hours, in a couple of hours, these traffic jams disappeared, and now the city actually is relatively not overcrowded. It's not empty, but definitely not a typical Thursday, I'd say. People are staying at home as we were ordered by the government, and going outside only if necessary.
Going outside only if necessary. And, Roman, has it sunk into you yet that you are living in a country at war?
What was the question? How does it feel?
Has it sunk into you yet that you are living in a country at war?
Yeah, we really need to understand that this didn't appear out of nowhere. This conflict was escalating and was happening for over 8 years. So it's not big news for us that Russia has started this full-scale aggression. However, I'm shocked, I'm angry, and I'm doing all I can do, which in my case is to participate in this informational warfare, because I cannot do anything about missiles. I cannot do anything about political negotiations. All I can do is double-check the news that we get and be eloquent and provide information firsthand to those who are outside Ukraine so that they can take necessary action. Whoever is watching here, it's morning in your country right now. Just try to imagine how emotionally devastating it was for me to wake up today, instead of having this cup of coffee and watching the TV, just hearing the missile strikes and hearing my mother saying that the war has started. This is something that I will remember for the rest of my life, and I would not wish this to anyone. And whoever is watching this, you just, I'm getting a lot of feedback. People are praying for Ukraine, and this is great, but also please do something. Demand political action from people who represent you in the government. Demand troops, demand support with military gear or any other way possible. Reach out, stand with us. This has to be stopped. It's ridiculous to have a war in the 21st century in a European country.
Roman, I want to thank you for joining us this morning, waging your own defenses in your own way with information and with words. Thank you so much. I wish safety for you, your mom, and the rest of your family as you carry out the rest of your days.
Thanks. Thanks. Stay strong.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.